everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about a subject I'm really passionate about, which is not going back to the world the way it was. And I know you might think I'm crazy, like I kind of wanted to start this video out with going, wasn't lockdown amazing? But you're going to all think, was it really, Lou? What are you talking about? So look at it this way. We have all got things. At the end of this video, you're going to think, actually, yeah, you know what? I'm going to take away that and that and that into the next life. Let's put it that way. There's people like me live with invisible disease. Okay, so in case you don't know, my name's Louise Usher and I've got Crohn's, and I call this channel and my online life a Lusher life because I want it. My life's good anyway, and I've got so much to be grateful for. But I always try and live it better, and that's not just about my health and my diet and exercising and things like that, but it's also about just living, you know, being in the moment and living. And obviously with the lockdown situation, it's taken a lot of that away. But also when lockdown happened, the other thing that came out of that was, hang on a minute, the other thing that came out of that was the whole notion that there was a sense of relief. If you know my story, you'll know I had pneumonia in both lungs. My lungs are my good bit. My lungs have always been my good bit. And there's a big story about this, and you can read it in the COVID book. I'll talk about that in another video. But in the book, I was taken to hospital. Well, not in the book. I actually was taken to hospital, and they did a lung x-ray because I'd been having some pain in the side of my, like side of my ribs, but on that side. And they'd already diagnosed me with pleurisy, and I'm like, why the heck have I got pleurisy? And then along came double pneumonia and pleurisy. It was before they was testing us for COVID. That was February 2020. So I wasn't well anyway, and then I was already in quarantine because of that, because the clinician that saw me said, you're a sitting duck, you need to be very careful. So I was already in that place nevertheless. But even just with, you know, having the Crohn's and the AS, immune system that's doing funny things, it was a relief when we was, oh my goodness, it makes me emotional. When we was put into lockdown, there was a big element of relief, because I always strive to live this, I can't believe I'm getting emotional, strive to live this better life, this, you know, and that sometimes means I'm rushing here, rushing there. I mean, my life as it is busy because of other reasons, as well as just trying to live that Lusher life, you know. I look after mum, I'm a single mum to twins, and as well as my own health, so there's a lot going on. But there was a huge element of relief that, okay, I can take a breath. I produced the book, which, oh my goodness, went to bestseller status. Thank you. That's why I say lockdown had some blessings. It definitely did have some blessings. And it was incredible putting that book together with all the different authors that I tapped into, people that I knew, people from all over the world. And, you know, they were amazing people. It was such a good project. It was such a positive thing. And I loved it, and I loved that, and I loved being able to spend time in my house. That, you know, we work so hard to pay for these boxes that we then never spend any time in because we're always here, there and everywhere. And probably like you, I love going out to eat, but alongside that comes a little element of, did I get gluten in that food? You know, I'm celiac too, so was there gluten in that chip fat fry where they fried the chips, you know? Even if the chips themselves might not be covered in gluten. So there was all of these little things that I believe made me feel better. Now, I'm not saying, of course, that, oh, wasn't this a great virus that just, you know, of course it wasn't. And there's massive tragedies, and I'm not trying to take that away from anybody. It's a tragedy, and it has caused so many issues and so many problems. But I'm asking you to have a think about what's changed in your life particularly. I mean, we've all heard the stories about the planet changing, but are there things in your life that you thought, actually quite like that about this, and I quite like that about this, and if only I could take that into the next life with me? You know, try and find out, can you? Is that something you could do? If it's, say, you travel to London 5 days a week on the train, and you feel as though that's bit exhausting for you, especially if you've got an invisible illness. This is the time to negotiate with your employer to say, can I maybe come in 2 days a week? Maybe I can do 3 days from home. There are ways and means, and we're all thinking outside of that box now. We're thinking bigger, we're thinking more alternative ways, you know. Did you do a lot of home cooking? Did you get earlier night's sleep? Do you feel better for any of these things? Because if we come out of this and we've learned nothing, what's it all been for? You know, everybody's died in vain. We have got so many amazing things we could think about to take into that future with us, to make life even better than it was. I mean, it was great before, so many positives to it. But if you're watching this because you're somebody with Crohn's or colitis or inflammatory bowel disease, even IBS, you know, it comes with a whole host of symptoms, tummy symptoms. That's my area, that's my thing. It makes it difficult sometimes to get up, get ready and leave the house. As simple as that. And, you know, I just feel very passionately that we hopefully are going into a new and brighter future. Now, this year on World IBD Day, there was a message that was put out about not going back. And what we mean by that is that let's take those areas that give us the stress and try and learn from not having those things if the stress has been lessened, because we know, and I'm going to leave loads of resources down there, go and have a little look. The NHS are backing the Not Going Back campaign. If you just Google it, there's quite a lot comes up from before this was all spoken about, and it's all to do with contraception and things, but that's not what I'm talking about. There's other things, so I'll leave the resources down there. And World IBD Day, Crohn's and Colitis UK announced, you know, let's not go back, let's make things different. And they came up with, and it's not too late, you can still do it with the hashtag MyWalkIt. And on MyWalkIt, normally we do sponsored walks in London, well, not just London, all over the place. They are everywhere, and it's about raising some funds for the research that Crohn's and colitis need. And this year we're able to do it in lots of different ways, because it's going to be done virtually. So I'm very proud to say I've got a t-shirt. I haven't posted about this yet because I haven't completed it, but I've set out to walk a marathon in the month of June. Now, I'm more than halfway there, and it's just been my daily walking around, which has been amazing. Never thought, I'll walk a marathon every month. So some people are just doing 5 kilometres, some people are doing more, some people are doing a whole marathon in one hit. I'm doing mine over 30 days, that's fine. But yeah, so if you wanted to be part of that, I'll leave the links below. And just, it's a great way to get you out in this lovely weather that we're having, although we do a load of rain, but and just get your exercise levels up a little bit, enjoy the nature, you know, be at peace, take some time to have a think about what you want to take forward, what's been good. Get a pen and pencil if you can, not pencil, who writes with pencil? Get a pen, not a pen and pencil, get a piece of paper or even a really fancy journal. If you're that person like me and you like a nice journal that feels lovely paper, shall I go on? And write down what it is that you feel you've enjoyed in the last year and a half. And that isn't taking any of the tragedy away or trying to dismiss it at all. But there've been some good bits. I guarantee there've been some good bits. And you will be able to find those and then see, can you take those forward? So that we're not going back to how life was with the difficult bits for those of us, especially with invisible illnesses. I hope that's given you some food for thought. I hope that you feel as though you can go forwards and not go back, go forwards into a better life. We're getting there, aren't we? We are finding new ways of living now that hopefully is going to just give us that better life, you know. So take care of you, and I'll look forward to seeing you in my next video, where we're going to talk about Jasmine's story and her battle with her health this year. So I will look forward to seeing you then. Meanwhile, take care. Bye for now. Oh, and please do leave me your comments down below if you are someone doing MyWalkIt. please do comment and come and find me over on Instagram and tag me in your photos, because I'd love to see that, and especially if anyone's vlogging it or anything like that, because I'd like to go and see. So please do mention in the comments. I will always reply, and I'll see you down there. Bye for now.